to see you forever.
Now you want people to see you, Kanan.
I want them to see me as me. Not who my mother is.
Gotta be real careful, Kanan. They ain't get to where they are without dropping a whole lot of bodies behind.
Oh, like how you got the way you are?
All right.
I work with your mother, kid, not you.
It seems like those of us in business with you are now being attacked.
It's one thing not to be able to trust my son. I can almost live with that. But I have to be able to trust my business partners.
King and Chief probably had a big beef. Because of that, now I grit my teeth.
What we do, it's all about who you know.
Hands cause it's all about money.
This bitch think I'm dead.
I'm getting mine. Here I am, turning over.
I ain't never been more fucking alive.
I want to make some real loot. Get me some information.
Go home, kid. Thank your lucky stars you got a mother who loves you.
Beware of the hand when it's coming from the left. I ain't tripping.
Just watch your step. Get trusted.
If you want people to see you as you, you gotta let them know who you are. Famous last words.
Boom, there you go. That was a trailer for Power Book 3, Rising Kanan, arriving for its fourth season on March 7th. I'm Kuya P, this is Nerds Rule the World. Joining me to talk all things Raising Kanan is my man, Marvin Thomas himself. I got London Brown in the building. How are you, sir?
Hey, man, everything is everything, bro. Everything is everything.
I appreciate you, man. I got to bring the energy because, as you know, as actors, I'm a fellow actor myself, filmmakers, man, we put in a lot of work. And especially when we're doing this press stuff, man, it can be daunting talking about this stuff. So I got to give that energy, man, because I believe energy is reciprocal. And so I'm trying to feed you right now, my man. Trying to feed you.
Hey, man, I feel the vibes. Absolutely.
So thank you for your time, sir. What is the vibes as we get to the premiere in a few days right now? How are you feeling for this drop of the new season?
You know, I'm just glad that the audience gets a chance to see what what they've been anticipating. I've been getting hit up on social media, get hit up on the streets. People like, man, hey man, when the show coming out, brother? When the show? I'm like, I didn't know. But now that the show's coming out, I'm like, man, it's coming out. Enjoy it. It's gonna be worth the wait. And there's some good performances, man. Absolutely.
Let's go. Let's go. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I'm a late comer to the joint. I did have the opportunity to watch the first 2 episodes of this new 4th season. And man, there's some stuff going around up in here. There's some things happening. I got some homework to do. I need to dive and just binge. But what was the excitement like when you found out that you were greenlit? Because as we know, with fellow actors, man, it's hard to get another season upon another season. 4 seasons now strong. You giving life to Marvin Thomas. What was it like stepping on set to start recording this new season and interacting with the rest of your set family to just build upon this character?
You know what? Humbly, man, just to be able to these are things I think about, man. And I don't want to make it all like this, but for me it's like this, which is sometimes I think about I remember at one point all my things were in my mother's garage. So when I think about that, coming because I came off of HBO Ballers, and I went a few months later. I went into Raising Kanan. I didn't even know Raising Kanan was a part of the Power series, bro, because I had never watched Power. I didn't watch Power because I wanted to be a part of the Power universe. Before it was the universe, I wanted to be a part of Power. So I remember hearing, these are 3 shows that I remember hearing back in 2013, 14. It was Game of Thrones, Ballers, which I was a part of, and Power. And so I was grateful to be a part of Ballers. I'm with Dwayne Johnson. At that time, Dwayne Johnson was that guy.
Yeah.
But but I also remember hearing the streets where I come from. They was watching Power. I said, man, I want to be a part of the show. So I couldn't even watch it because I wanted that. I was grateful for what I had,
Mm.
but I was like, man, I want to be a part. I want to be a part of Power. So anyway, to your question, just to be a part of the Power series and to be employed at a time when coming out of I remember I did Ballers and everything was in my mother's garage and in my trunk. So I was able to move and get me a little apartment from Ballers. And then when Raising Kanan hit, we filmed a month, we shot a month, and then the pandemic hit 2020. So I was like, I hope we continue to work. So when we were able to continue working, I'm just really grateful, bro. I don't want to over talk it, but man, just to be employed, bro. It ain't that many. It ain't that many TV shows that are out, especially and that's not out and successful. Man, I'm just to be working and to have the followers of the show connect with Raising Kanan. Because that's another pressure. People feel like, oh man, you are a part of the Power universe, so you good. They don't understand it's pressure. Because there's also a thing where like Power was good. Power Book 2 was good. What you got? It living up to the expectations of that. So I'm glad that the people were able to rock with us, no pun intended, and keep me employed, man. I'm able to pay some bills. So God is good, man. That's what I
Let's
really
go.
feel.
Yeah, nah, I'm with that, man. That's why, as a fellow active filmmaker, man, why I try to feed the energy, and why I celebrate every time, because you never know when that next season or that next check's gonna come. It's hard out here in these streets. That's why I'm talking to you right now. I live in the DC area. I don't live in LA or New York anymore. So this is why I'm still in this industry, because I can feed off of this and build off of this energy.
Yeah.
Because we got to keep it moving if we do love what we do. So all the love to you, my friend, and just celebrating and building out a character. 4 seasons strong. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's also super dope, as you know. To just give life to something, to have evolutions. And from what I saw, again, I'm a late comer to the series, of just the first 2 episodes that I saw of this new season. Just saw the different things your character has to do as a father, dealing with my man Tony Danza, street man, like all of this. Like there's so many dimensions to this character. Building that out and having the opportunity to build that out. If you can speak on that.
You know what? What was cool? The cool thing about working with Tony Danza, since you brought him up, is that I'm from the '80s, so
Me too.
right. So growing up on Who's the Boss, and what was cool about working with Tony Danza, shout out to Tony Danza, man. He if he came on set and it was one of those, because some celebrities are like this. We get some celebrities, you get the memo. Don't look them in the eye. Don't speak to them. All that weird energy, right? I don't really rock with that. But whatever. If Tony Danza was like that, I would have respected that. If Dwayne Johnson was like that, I would have respected that. I'm working on, if it was Ballers, it's Dwayne Johnson's show. I mean, when I say that, I mean it's led by him. If he didn't want me to, if the memo was don't talk to him, I would have respected it. If Tony Danza, if the memo was sent out, if the bat signal was sent out, don't talk to him, except for the scene, I would have respected it. They didn't put in the work. They bring in the numbers. They put behinds in the seats. Pause. They got it. But the cool thing about this season and working with Tony Danza was super cool, bro. And it makes you have respect, that much more respect for him. Every I'm when I tell you Tony Danza got a story for days.
Yeah.
Tony Danza, before Who's the Boss, he got Taxi, and then he got a whole resume. Tony Danza is one of those people who he got a story for whatever. So before we would shoot the scene, let me say it this way: the chemistry that people are going to see between Marvin and Stefano. When Marvin is really listening to Tony Danza like this, he's really like paying attention. That's London watching Tony do what Tony do.
Mm.
Excuse me. So before we would shoot, we'd be in the Bronx, and I'm listening to Tony, and Tony got this. What, can you curse on this?
Oh yeah, you go ahead, man.
All right, let me say it like this. This nigga Tony, he got stories for everybody. Tony be up there, he say, hey, yo, London, hey, let me tell you about the time, I've been around this industry in a long time. So back in the day, man, he's real Italian, he's Italian. Hey, I remember back in the day, it was me, it was me, Peter, and it was Jesus, right? And me and Jesus, we're making the boat. I'm like, Tony got stories with Jesus, Moses, Tom Cruise. He got stories with his family. We connected really well. I got a lot of respect for Tony, man, because he never acted weird with me. And not to be off on this, but what's your give me a name, bro?
Kuya. Yeah.
Respectfully, because it's our first interview together. But what I be checking for when I connect with people or interviews, whatever, I want to make sure people are solid, or in truth, pause, and make sure that people are just cool in here as far as their heart. Tony never acted weird, bro.
I love that.
He never acted weird, and that's what I be checking for. Because sometimes, and shout out to Window, he never acted weird. I'm always checking to see who people are without the resume. Are you? Oh, my rings fell off. Are you the truth without the resume in here? And so when I connected with Tony, it was nice and appreciated the fact that, man, Tony cool, bro. And because he could have been weird.
Mm-hmm.
And I say weird, meaning he could have had some interesting attitude. He's Who's the Boss. He's Taxi and everything else. He's Broadway. Tony was, man, all I seen, man, Tony was the truth, bro. And so, and I don't mean to be verbose about this. I know you got questions. I don't mean talk golf, but I want to give Tony his flowers. I want to give Makai his flowers because Makai, he's a young guy. We watched him grow up on this show. He wasn't even of age. When I say age, of age, I mean 21. He was a young kid, bro. In them 5 years, within the seasons of the show. Bro, super cool, humble. Patina Miller, Rock. Never came in with no weird Dumb Energy, Humble, Haley Kilgore, Joey. Everybody was cool. So when people watch the show, I kind of went off a little bit, but I just want to just acknowledge folks. Uh, it's nice to show up to work with a group of people that got good vibes, bro. So with Tony and everybody else, this season is gonna be a good season. I kind of went off. Forgive me. But I just want to acknowledge people, man, because I appreciate solid people, bro. So
No, I
peace
love it.
there.
I love that energy, brother. Like that's why we call it set family. We definitely call it a set family because we spending so much time with these cats. You know what I'm saying? Before
That's
we
what people
get
don't
on
get.
to
That's the
get
truth.
waxed.
That's the
So
truth.
you know,
Yeah.
so it's such a beautiful thing. And also, you know, we don't always get that time to show that love. So definitely, man, give them flowers, brother. Respect. Man, you mentioned Wendell Pierce. I believe you said Wendell. I work with that
Yeah.
brother on The Wire. I worked
Yeah.
3 seasons of The Wire I live in DC. So I
Yeah,
worked three
yes.
seasons on The Wire, and man, was that dude. Wendell
Wait,
was
no,
that dude. Yeah.
be quiet, man. Shout out to you, man, for the wire, man.
Hey,
I'm not
what's
gonna,
up?
no, I'm not gonna even, I'm gonna look this way, man.
Hey man, I'm just a big cat. I didn't have a big role, but I got to work for 3 seasons, so that
No,
check came. That check came.
you already know it, man. Shout out to the wire, man, because that show was, bro. It's one of those ones. It's one of the ones that made um when people think of TV series that was honest and that spoke that language. That's one of the ones, bro. So, like I said, Michael B.
Yeah.
Jordan came out of that. We got Idris side of that. Michael, it's a peace be upon him. Y'all had some that. Hey, let me give you your flowers too,
Hey,
bro.
I appreciate that. It was an honor and a pleasure. But
Yeah, man.
I still want to emphasize, my man, you 4 seasons building out a cat. And if I can take it back real quick on exactly just why I want to emphasize this, as actors of color, I've always tried to stay away from certain roles
Okay.
because of the typecasting, but it still comes. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, working on a role like this that, you know, is what they always frame us as. But in this, you got to build it out through 4 seasons. How do you feel about that? And was that ever something as an actor for yourself that came to your mind and dealing with that? And because I've gone back and forth on it, you know, because sometimes, man, it's a lot of fun. Let's be real. It's fun to play that cat.
Right.
It's totally
Right.
opposite of who you are as a person. But also for my people, I don't want. I'm tired of this image that they only make us into this, right? So if you can speak on that and just bring in Marvin Thomas.
Sure. You know, this is when people watch the show, and specifically Marvin, they realize that Marvin is not a caricature. He's a real person. That's why I remember going through in season 1 of Raising Kanan. Marvin has a scene, this domestic violence scene with Jukebox. And I remember speaking with the showrunner, shout out to Sasha Penn. We were talking about the redemptive factor about Marvin and of the show. Meaning, when people really look at the show, and specifically Marvin, you realize that Marvin is a real nigga. He's a real nigga. He's not perfect. But he's real. And he's trying to be honest to himself and the truth. And he's working through his stuff. So when it comes to your point, I think people need, when they watch the show, look at it as what are the solid qualities within the show? More specifically, Marvin. Marvin is a lawyer. That nigga's loyal, bro. Loyal. When London was able to connect to Marvin because London was able to connect to Marvin because London is loyal. As far as my friends are my friends. My mother, I'm gonna respect my mother. I'm gonna respect my siblings. I'm gonna hold my siblings down by whatever means. I'm gonna show up for my team, family, and not. I'm sure if you part of my friends, which is my team, I'm showing up for you, bro. And I think that when people look at that, and then when they see the redemptive factor going into the season, when they see how Marvin shows up for his daughter, he, he gonna be there for her. And I'll give you a little low key exclusive tidbit, which is when people watch season 4, there's a part of Marvin that starts to see, oh shoot, my daughter is like me. She got some character traits that's like me, Marvin. And he tries to save her from some of that. I don't want to give too much away, but that's the part where people, when they watch the story, they say, oh shoot, this nigga Marvin realized that, man, Marvin says, I see a little bit of my characteristics within my daughter. I don't want her to lean into the streets like that. Let me try to father her out of that. And the audience gonna see that and they're gonna realize, man, they're gonna feel they're gonna feel where Marvin's coming from and say, oh shoot, this nigga's really trying to look out for his daughter. But they're gonna see how Jukebox responds to that. It's a great season, bro. That's all I can tell you. I'm not even trying to be funny about it, bro. It's a good season. We got some good writers, man.
I love it.
Man, bro, it's good, bro.
That's why I can't wait. With just what you're saying, I'm raising a teenage daughter right now. And all the stuff you just saying right now is kind of the experiences, as you know, this is totally what I'm going through. So, woo! I can't wait.
Yeah.
Can't
yes,
wait.
absolutely.
And I love it. I'm getting to my time a bit because I know you got things to do and
No
everything.
worries.
Thank you so much for your time right now. Season 4 dropping again. I loved every scene that I saw you with Tony. Again, I can't wait to go back. But just your character, how complex it is. But just those facets. I was a wild, thuggish cat back in the day, but now I'm a father and I got to be responsible. So all these different dimensions. That's real shit. Excuse me, but it's things that we love and things that we can connect with as a people.
Yeah.
So thank you for bringing all of that to the screen and raising Kanan, my friend. To close us out, man, I have so many questions. Such a fan. I did so much homework today. I saw that you do a Denzel voice. I interviewed Denzel for my first interview last year.
You shut up. You had a chance to interview Denzel?
Yes, for Tragedy and Macbeth.
You're lying.
Nah, hell no. I never lie. Never lie. So it's an honor to speak with.
No, you didn't. I don't believe it. You had a chance. I had to take my glasses off. You had a chance. You did. You had a chance.
I interviewed Denzel. My first interview last year. To kick it off.
Man, hold on. Let's make this a clip. Shout out to you, bro, for interviewing Denzel, man. When I talk about inspiration and as an actor, watching Denzel do what he do, and the fact that you had a chance to interview him, man, you moving forward, bro. You get your flowers, bro. Please post this, man. Whatever you did, however you did it, man, to just because as a young as a black male, I want to say young, like I'm 16 or whatever, but as a black male, man, Denzel is the bro.
I felt like I didn't need to do any other interview for the rest of the year last year. It was like, shit, this is how I'm kicking it off. Shit. But
that's the bar, bro.
We gotta keep striving. You know, we gotta keep pushing it. And I'm now talking to fucking London Brown right now, sir. So like, come on now. Respect all the way through, man. We gotta build each other up. And I can't thank you enough for this time and seeing where this character is going, how much I connected with it, and how everybody else is going to connect with it when it drops on March 7th, man. So yeah, just to close this out, to my people on WTOP, I also do radio here in the Washington, D.C. area. I'm going to put a clip on the station. What do you want to tell people about Power Book 3, Raising Kanan, dropping on March 7th?
I want to listen. It's not what you know, it's what you can prove, okay? I want to say thank you for allowing me to be a part. I want to say thank you. This is my shout out to Denzel. I want to say thank you for allowing me to be a part of your interview. Okay. Thank you for watching the show. Boom. It's not what you know. He always scratching, even though he's not itching. It's not what you know. It's what he never points. It's always it's not what you know, it's what you can prove. I want to say thank you for allowing me to be a part of your interview. And okay, boom. Thank you for I'm being silly. Man, shout out to Denzel Washington, man. Respect. Shout out to John David, because I worked with him on Ballers and his family and everything else and all that stuff he got going on. But no, man, thank you for having me. Please tune in March 7th. Raising Kanan, it's gonna be good. And tune in for the spring. Watch the show. Enjoy this podcast. Enjoy this interview and all that good stuff, man. I'm at Real London Brown. Thank you. I appreciate you.
That's the Real London Brown. I'm gonna have all of his links in the description below. Show him love. My man, it is an honor, a pleasure to speak with you. I know you're an actor, comedian, you doing the damn thing, and salute to you on Raising Kanan, man. A pleasure speaking with you, dog. I love your energy, and again, amazing work on this show, man. It's an honor and a pleasure to speak with you, sir.
Thank you, man. Thank you, man.
Definitely. Everybody, London Brown, Power Book 3, Raising Kanan, Season 4 drops on March 7th. I'm Kuya P. This is Nerds Rule the World. All right, boom. I'm gonna do a 3, 2, 1. We'll get right into it, my man.
No problem.
Okay, here we go. In a 1, 2, 3.
Nerds rule the world.
Pleasure chatting with you. Love to all my nerds who rule the world.
Yeah. Nerds rule the world.
Yes, we do.
Thanks. Nerds rule the world. Thank you.
I love the nerds ruling the world. So more power to you.
Patrick, what up, man? And yes, they do. Nerds rule the world, kid.
Yes,
you know
sir.
Thank you.
Awesome. Kuya P, Nerds Rule the World. Hello.
Yes, they do. Yes.
Oh,
Nerds rule the world.
I got.
It's in the title of your show, like Nerds Rule the World. Like, I want more Black weirdos on screen, and I don't feel like we ever get to see that very much.
Thank you so much. Nerds do rule the world.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, Nerds Rule. Love it.
Hello, Sarah. Hello, Julie.
Yes,
Rock on. I love it. Thank you so much.
It's good to see you. I love Nerds Rule the World.
But yeah, there's a heavy nerd component, man.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, if you ask me, nerds rule the world. So
absolutely.
And you're right. Nerds do rule the world.
We're just the best.
Yes.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Bye. It's your boy Kuya P. Nerds rule the world. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you.
do. They rule the world all right.
Yes. Take care, Tony. Thank you, guys.